What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes checking in here on a Friday. We're going to talk to Austin Bashi, who's got a fight coming up at the beginning of next year, January 11th, at the Apex against C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. They get down at a fight night to start the year. Austin, welcome to MMA Junkie Radio. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you, man. How about yourself?
Good, thanks. I'm jealous because even when I was younger, I can't even play the younger card. Oh, when I was younger, nope. You got some quad game going on where you should have been a running back or something.
Yeah, that's what people say.
Did you play any other sports?
I just wrestled in high school, but I've been doing this my whole life pretty much.
You got wheels? Be fast?
And not too much.
Oh, that's what stopped it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Because no, I'm serious. Those low gravity guys, they just turn them legs and they're hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Did you didn't play any other sports? So I know no football, but any other sport? You're just a straight wrestler?
Yeah, just wrestled in high school. That was it.
Okay. And then okay, a lot of wrestlers come to MMA. We've covered the sport for a long time. And what I've noticed is there's three directions in which they can go. They can take you down and ground and pound. They can take you down and go for the submission, or they'll stand and throw hands. And I can give examples of some, and I'm sure you know who they are. But in looking at your record, it's really split evenly. It's almost like you can do a little bit of all three of them. But which one in your mind, when the fight starts, is the direction you like to take it?
Honestly, for me, it's kind of depending on the opponent and what type of looks he's given me. So it really is based on him, what he's doing, and what he's given me. If he's giving me the takedown to the choke, or takedown to ground and pounding, or just keeping him on the feet for a little bit.
If there was one wrestler who was successful in MMA that you could pick his or her brain for an hour, who would it be?
Probably Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist, and obviously a UFC champion. So him.
He definitely does seem to have a good IQ for the game. What would be one of your first questions or first couple questions to him? Something about what's up here, and what it takes to succeed here, or would it be strategies and the physical?
I would just ask him like how he looks into a fight, pretty much, and what he sees in his opponent, and how he strategizes his game plan.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a good choice. Christian Rodriguez, I'm not calling you a hype train, but you are 13-0. You're not messing around. So there's definitely a lot of hype behind you. Christian Rodriguez took out someone who had a lot of hype. I'm sure you know Raul Rosas um, about a year ago or so. And how would you define your opponent? Like um, I guess not to give your strategy away, but what do you see in him when you look at the tape?
Of course, he's tough. He's beat some good guys, but people try to compare me to Raul, but really, I feel like I'm complete opposite than him. I feel like my mindset is different, my IQ is different, and just my fight style is different as a whole. But I see him keeping his he's acceptable to a lot of stuff. I would say a lot of striking, and of course those takedowns. I feel like that's going to be a big game changer in the fight.
Yeah. I definitely don't want to compare your skill set to Raul. I understand you guys have different skill sets. I'm just saying in terms of someone coming in with a nice shiny record, success. Dude, 13-0 is hard to get to, so I commend you for that.
Thank you.
All right, Goes, what do you have for our guest, Austin Bashi?
Austin, so I know you've done pretty much your entire life, right? In the same camp, same training part, obviously different training partners here and there, but coaches, all that. I know you like that. Do you ever see a moment in your career where you would venture off somewhere else, not necessarily changing camps, but just a couple weeks at a time, or UFC Performance Institute for a few weeks? Would you ever entertain anything like that?
No, honestly, I'd never do that. I've been at the gym for 15 years, and I have all the tools I need over here. Got great coaches, great teammates, and only time I'd ever go, say if I was on vacation, maybe for literally 1 day, 2 days, and that's it. But other than that, no.
Is 145 home for you? I know that you've done bantamweight before, but you're a growing kid, and even then, if 145 is home, do you even foresee maybe later on in the future 155?
145 is definitely home now. 135, my last 5 fights at 135 were super hard cuts, so I see 145 being home for a long time.
When you look at your division and you look at the guy at the top, right? What would you like your progression to be with UFC? Are you in a hurry to get up to those guys, or do you want to take your time on the way up?
So over here in the regional scene, I really took my time. You know, I had 12 fights before I had that contender series fight, and that's what I really wanted, experience. So same thing growing up over here. You know, I want a lot of experience and fight some good guys and work my way up to the champion.
What's it like going to Detroit Lion games? What are the fans like? How close have you ever gotten any close to telling somebody, "Hey, shut up over there"? What are those games like for you?
They're pretty big, especially this year. You know, they're having their best year, and it's very loud in there. Everyone gets wild and hyped up.
Are you a long time fan for real, or are you kind of riding that recent hype train?
No, I would say I've been a longtime fan. I've been going to their games for a while now, for probably the last 8 years or so. So yeah,
Were you young enough to remember Barry Sanders, or did he retire before you could?
I think I was too young for him.
Man,
I
that dude
didn't.
was
I don't
something
remember
else.
watching him.
That dude was. How about Megatron? You remember him?
Yeah, Calvin Johnson. I remember
Okay.
him.
I ain't hating on the Lions. They look good,
Mhm.
man. They look really, really good.
Yeah,
And I'm a 49ers fan, and we're out. Our run's over. Goes is a Commanders fan, and I think he's doing better than he thought he was. But it looks like the Lions and the Eagles are gonna collide to see who goes to the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yeah. Hey, has anyone, without giving the name, has anyone ever told you you sound like someone in MMA?
Sound like someone? No, but they all say I look like Ben Askren.
You got a little bit of the Ben Askren going on. I think he'd rather be compared to you. No shot at him. But goes, who does Austin sound like? Like if we blacked out his face and we
Right.
never called him Austin, I think some people would think we're talking to someone, and I want to see if you can guess who I think it is.
I think when you say it, I'm gonna go, "That's who it is." But for like the last couple minutes, I've been like, "Who is that? Who is that?" Yeah. So there is somebody there.
It's a good comparison, Austin. It's not gonna be some jabroni. Rob, you sound like Robbie Lawler.
Really, Robbie
You never
Lawler.
been
That's a
told
good
that?
one. No, I've never been told that one.
Yeah. You don't hear it, goes?
I can hear a couple things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
He's a
there's one
G.
more though. I'm gonna figure it out too.
Yeah, no, he's Robbie Lawler's definitely a G. That's
Yeah,
not a bad one to be compared to. Um, can you like when you see Ilya Topuria, are you humbled enough to go, "Ooh, I got some work to do," or do you have like some swag that a lot of fighters carry enough to say, "Oh, I got something for him"? Where you at? I guess this is what I'm gauging.
yeah, right. I haven't even made my UFC debut. You know, a lot of these guys get so ahead of themselves, and they get kicked out after 2, 3 fights. So right now, just pretty much whoever's in front of me, that's who I focus on. So right now, I just have Christian Rodriguez in my head and no one else. I'm just taking a fight at a time.
Okay, so I think in a roundabout way, you're saying, "Hey, I'm young. I still got some work to do to catch up
For sure.
to
For
some of the
sure.
top dogs or whatever," and that's fair. That's fair. Because man, it's so interesting. Again, I'm not trying to toot our horn or anything, but we're in our 18th year of covering the sport. So we've been through a lot of cycles where we talk to fighters and they go, "No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready." And then they win like 2, 3 fights, and then that key ranked guy, and then all of a sudden it's Incredible Hulk. I'm indestructible. I want my shot. And so it's funny to see that progression. And I always wonder when, what does it take? Is it take beating a ranked opponent or a certain win streak, or sometimes it's even the champ came to our gym, we cross trained, and they don't say it publicly, but you just know, oh, I had something for him,
Yeah.
on a Saturday. He felt me, I felt him, and then that's the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that for
You hope
sure.
he sticks around by the time you're fighting for a title, or do you even focus on the person, or do you focus on the belt?
He's, I would say, one of the best pound for pound right now. So it would be actually real cool if he's still champion by that time.
Do you dream, Austin? Like, a lot of kids sometimes when they're just by themselves throwing the tennis ball against the garage. Okay, me. I pretend it's the ninth inning and I got to strike someone out or whatever. But same thing with you. Like, do you think Ilia Tapora in a stadium in Spain, that's where I want to win it? Like, do you envision moments of the highlights of what you want your career to be?
I mean, yeah, of course. I think about like if we were in the cage and all the stuff happening beforehand, Bruce Buffer announcing us, and then the fight started, and yeah.
Would you want it to be? Would you want to be the heel, getting booed and beat him in Spain, or Max in Hawaii, or Alex in Australia, whoever, right? Or would you rather it be where the Pistons play? I forget what it's called. Is it still called the
Little
Palace?
Caesars. Little Caesars
Little
now.
Caesars. Okay. Or would you want it to happen like somewhere like that? That type of setting.
Fighting over here in Detroit would be my favorite for sure. I would like
Okay.
that.
All right. Goes has one more, and then we'll let you go. And this is Austin Bashi, who we're talking to, who's got a fight coming up at the Apex, January 11th, to kick off next year. That's the same card as Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas. His opponent that night will be Christian Rodriguez. All right, Goes, what do you have for Austin in closing?
Austin, so lots of times we'll talk to fighters and we'll ask them later in their career, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you tell them? George mentioned this is our 18th year. So we've talked to guys like King Mo, Daniel Cormier, their very first fights, right? So we've had that version. I want to flip it. I kind of want to say, if you were to speak to yourself 5 years from now, what would you hope that you do? And maybe something that you would tell yourself, whatever you do, don't become this or don't do that.
Right. My main thing I would say is just make sure you're enjoying the whole entire journey. A lot of people go through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and then all of a sudden it's all over and they didn't enjoy it coming up. But I really try to enjoy every part of it. All the training, even weight cutting is probably the worst part, but I still try to enjoy that moment too, and really cherish everything.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to flex. You ready? In 5 years, okay, I'm going to give you a choice right now. I'm going to put you on a full camera, and you could either say the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl, or you can be humble and say, hey, we're a good team, or we'll see. But in 5 years, we're going to play that clip, and we're either going to laugh at you or we're going to fist bump you.
All right.
Ready? All right.
Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl.
Ooh, look at him. All right.
In 5 years or this year?
I see it this year, but in these coming years too. But
He ain't playing. The next year we could play the clip.
Yeah. You
How about
gotta
you got a bold statement like that?
About the Detroit Lions or about the 49ers?
The 49ers.
Okay, so boy, we have a lot of good players signed to a lot of big contracts. So it's gonna be hard unless we draft well. Oh man, we will win a Super Bowl within 5 years is the best I can tell you. It ain't gonna be this year because we're not even in the playoffs, and I don't think it'll be. It could be next year, I suppose, if we rebounded. So I can't be as bold as Austin. His squad is tight. Yeah. All right, Austin. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for the time. I don't know. Is the week over and you get to chill all weekend, or you still got to grind a few more days here?
Few more days. Tomorrow, and then usually Sunday is relax day.
What do you do on relax day?
Right now during football season, I watch football. Do a little fantasy football, and yeah.
You watch Netflix?
I don't. Not really.
No.
No.
So you don't have a documentary that you're sitting on that's pretty good or nothing like that?
Not too much.
Mm-hmm.
Not too
Video
much.
game guy?
Video game. Me and my brother play UFC a lot with each other.
Who do you play with? What character?
We just random it. We press triangle, random the fighter, and go head to head.
Oh, okay. You got a dog?
No, I don't.
What are you waiting for?
Huh?
What are you waiting for?
What I'm waiting for?
Dog's your best friend, man. You come home, he's like, hey, he'll do everything but make you a sandwich.
That's true. I got chickens though. I do got chickens.
Do you really?
Yeah, chickens.
Oh, cool. So you eat the eggs from the chickens?
The eggs, yep.
Is this a family thing, or is this like a side business?
No, just a family thing.
That's awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, I'm
You
glad I
ever
asked
chase
those
them?
guys.
Do you ever chase them like Rocky? Can you catch them?
I do chase them. I try
Can you catch
All
it?
right.
to. No, they're too fast.
Oh, all right. Yeah, and the movie Rocky, which was years ago, but I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah,
It's a good fight movie.
that is.
That was one of the first tests that the coach gave Rocky, try and catch a chicken. He couldn't do it. I think till the second one, right, Goose?
Right. Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, there I go, giving away a spoiler. All right. Austin, take care. Have a nice weekend.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
You
All
guys
right.
too. Appreciate
We'll
you
see
guys.